Alright. Happy early Valentine's Day, everybody. Let's go straight to it and welcome who's made it for this stream. Welcome Daniel, our winner of last weekend's stream. And Plus Blue EP, always nice to see you. And Girlfriend Cartoon, or Fran, howdy. And okay, this is the first time you're using the computer to watch the stream. Awesome. And Starfy, yo, what's up? And Ethan, hello. And Moby Fan, 12, yes. And Alba 3000, I can't forget about you. And Disney Fan Productions. Yes, Mickey and Minnie are fall in love. Yes, they are definitely one of the most famous cartoon couples. Oh wait, sorry, yeah, that was a mistake on my part, sorry Daniel. It was Ethan who was the winner of last week's Guess the Character I'm Drawing a game. Okay, thank you for reminding me of that. Yes, you were in third place, Norbert was in second, and Ethan was the winner, yes. And welcome William. And what's my favorite movie? My favorite movie, anime movie at least, is Toy Story, which is gonna be getting a 5th movie. I already gave my brief thoughts about it in the community tab. And I'm somewhat open-minded about how they could possibly conclude the finale for these characters even further. Like Toy Story 3 already had an excellent finale, and Toy Story 4, well, still good, it was still like unnecessary, but who knows. Oh, let's see. Yes, Moby fans mentioned about how the Proud Family, Well Done Prouder, recently got review bombed on IMDb because of a certain episode, and say that as well. Oh yeah, I know, I heard about it. Of course, not gonna go into too much details about that, but I just want to remind folks that the Proud Family has always been tackling those sort of social issues, even with the original. And as I mentioned before, like me watching it, rewatched it while I'm older, I have to appreciate the lengths that the show will go to teach those type of lessons. Okay, so we have an enthusiastic audience tonight. Oh, let's see. Yes, Alba, I have seen the Toronto Raptors logo from the 90s. I absolutely love the animation on the Raptors, on the Raptor dinosaur himself, and also the sound mixing. The sound mixing was done by Animated Audio, who also designed the music for the Nelvana logo from 1995. They're based in Toronto too, and yeah, I might do it for Classic Logo Remake Party 7. Okay, so for this stream for early Valentine's Day, I'm gonna be doing basically the same thing that I did last year, in which I did some character art that fits with the theme, and I didn't reveal exactly who I'm going to draw, but I will in just a moment. And let me know, like, if you are ready for me to start drawing. If you are, make sure you leave a heart emoji in the chat. And until I get an answer, I will answer some more of your comments. Fran is saying, maybe I should draw Pepe Le Pew one of these days. I might, like maybe for next Valentine's Day. Something's playing in the background. Yes, it happens to be the Lion King 2, Simba's Pride. Basically because, you know, the story of it is essentially Romeo and Juliet, but with lions. Okay, I see you guys are ready for me to start working on the Valentine's Day art, so let's get to it. Let's see. Come on, just making sure this is zooming out. Okay, yes, here we go. So you may recognize this character. It's one of my original characters part of my group of animation nerd OCs. One of the best friends of my main animation nerd OC, Sage Braxton. This here is Ronnie Rocket. And hang on. Let me just put on the music. Yeah. Just put on my usual gaming music. Let me know if you can hear it clearly. So yes, this is Ronnie Rocket, one of my animation nerd OCs, and regarding her backstory, I also want to mention that I actually did a drawing of her for Kwanzaa as well. So with her is that she aspires to be an experimental animator, and not only that, but she also wishes to host her own animation festival. Something in the veins of Spike and Mike's Sick and Twisted Animation Festival. With Ronnie here, she absolutely loves obscure cartoons. She describes herself as the connoisseur of the obscure. And like just mentioned, she loves to be experimental with the medium of animation. So, the joke here with this drawing is, it's a Valentine in which the message is, you are the Bezier keyframe to my smooth motion. For those of you who have understandings about motion graphics and After Effects, you may be able to get it, because with when it comes to keyframing, if you change it from a linear keyframe, which is shaped like a diamond, and have it be changed to a Bezier keyframe, which is shaped like an hourglass, it makes the motion tweening of whatever you're animating in After Effects be smooth. Tomoto poop up the scene where they find out that Simba's new cub is a girl, and then they fate. Well, The Lion King too. These were my favorite of the direct-to-video sequels. So yeah, I thought this idea for a Valentine card with one of my original characters would be pretty clever, and once again reflective of the fact that her character, just like the other members of Sage's group of pals, are nerdy and very knowledgeable about the medium of animation. Let's see. Okay, so Puss Boo could hear the music fine. Yeah, Daniel's saying, what a Valentine's Day quote. Maybe I'll show it to an animator friend of mine. Yeah, probably. Obviously, I am going to share this when I'm done. But if there are any final touches that I'd like to add to it after I get the essentials of the drawing done, like after I clean it up here and add the color, then I'll do it after the stream before I post it, which will most likely be either on Valentine's Day, which is Tuesday, or maybe a day before, depends. And a little bit more information about the creation of Ronnie. I first sketched her in February of last year when I was developing my group of animation nerds, Sage and his friends, who you might have seen in my AniJam 10-second animation short entry to that Toronto Animation Festival, Whoop Out Nerds. Yeah, I developed those characters since early. I've been developing them since early 2022, And Roddy was first doodled in, I first sketched her in my sketchbook in February. And with her design, I was inspired by a black geeky girl who you may know she's a really good cartoon artist, and she's an occasional YouTuber as well. You may even know her like through Toonrific Tariq's channel. She occasionally does speed paints, and she's done reviews as well. But last year, a black geeky girl did some drawings, which she would take the women from the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy and basically make black versions of them. And Major Dr. Gasly, who of course remains my main waifu, she was one of them. Of course, she's mainly an evil Concarnate character, but you know, it's like the same universe. And I really like Black Geeky Girl's interpretation of Ghastly, with the curly purple hair and the green eyes. So yeah, from what I saw, I took some inspiration from that fan art and took some bits of elements of that to create an original character who will be part of my group of animated nerds that I've been toying around with since as early as January of last year. Oh, welcome, Norbert. How you doing, man? Oh, he almost forgot that I was live until he went to YouTube and saw the live now button. You know what? It's okay, Norbert. I'm not even done with cleaning up this drawing, so you're not missing too much. What I did was, as I'm cleaning up this drawing of one of my original characters, just giving a bit of backstory how I create her. See if there's anything I'm missing. Oh, wait a minute. Norbert's asking if I chose the Tom and Jerry GIF in the corner because yesterday was Tom and Jerry's anniversary. I absolutely had no idea it was Tom and Jerry's anniversary just the other day, Norbert. It was a complete coincidence. I was just thinking of just a clever Valentine's Day GIF to put as a fancy decoration during the body of the stream, and yeah, I chose this one of Tom feeling infatuated from the Chuck Jones shorts. But yeah, I had no idea that it was Tom and Jerry's anniversary recently. I'm glad you pointed out like that coincidence there. Oh, and you also had a term today, but not confident that you passed. I'm sorry to hear that, Norbert. But you know, have some optimism about. Who knows? Maybe you will get a good grade. I realize I probably still have myself a bit more centered in the camera. That's better. Okay, Starfy. See you later. And yes, I agree. Black Geeky Girl's art is absolutely beautiful. Let's see. Moby fans mentioned that YouTuber Amber the Fangirl recently interviewed Deborah Wilson, and when they talked about the grandma from Rhapsody Street Kids, the random gibberish wasn't a corrupted audio file. It was intentional. Yeah, I have heard. I haven't heard that interview per se, but I have heard that Deborah Wilson did that gibberish for the grandma on purpose, and it's hilarious. I haven't seen a Rhapsody Street Kids believe it yet, like in its entirety. I mostly watch like reviews of it, but yeah, it's definitely one of those things in which, yeah, you can't resist poking fun at how cheap it looked. let's see. Let's see. And what Nova's saying, the good news is that he has one more week of university before reading week. So then he'll have his review of McGee and Me out. Okay, cool. Yes, I know Rhapsody Street Kids, like, for sure the most memorable thing about it, aside from the extremely low-budget animes it is, how it was able to get all that voice talent. Of course, we got Nancy Cartwright, the voice of Bart Simpson, and Luke Skywalker himself, Mark Hamill's in it. We got two Disney princesses, Ariel and Belle, and who else was there? Well, yeah, I already mentioned about Deborah Wilson, who's a pretty well-known comedian, and last but certainly not least, of course, I may sound biased, but the inclusion in the cast who I'm most disappointed in is Grey DeLisle. I heard reportedly that she may block those who mentioned the movie or the special to her on Twitter, but I don't know. I don't know. She seems to be like okay mentioning it on Twitter, but of course, she doesn't express any pride with her involvement with voicing. I think her character's name is Jenna, who was supposed to be the star of the Easter special that never came out because the original Christmas special was such a bomb. Get out of our pride lands! I'm sorry, just had to quote Timon over there. Let's see. Yeah, Moby fans mentioned that the YouTuber that he mentioned also interviewed Billy West, Phil Lamar, Richard Horvitz, Paul Rugg, Tom Ruger, and Wally Wingert, among others. Yeah, sounds like an excellent list of interviewees. Yeah, so check her out. Actually, no, I actually remembered who Amy the Fangirl is. I think I did see a clip of her interview with Phil Lamar on Instagram, and then like briefly skimmed through her channel, like the list of videos that she put out, but I haven't watched them fully though. So yeah, I will definitely check out Amy the Fangirl. Oh, and in the interview, Phil Lamar talks about Evil Con Carne and the Improviser episode also. Yeah, and some of you may know that I also did a video like shown a clip from Rob Paulson's podcast, Talking Tunes, in which Phil was talking about the improv episode of Evil Con Carne, which was Hector, King of the Britons, and how Frank Welker played a huge part in the development of that really special episode. And speaking of voice actors, because, you know, I don't know if I can find a better way to like segue into mentioning this, but tomorrow's gonna be the 50th birthday of none other than that busty Canadian beauty of voice acting, Tara Strong. Yes, one of the voices of our childhoods, the voice of Timmy, Bubbles, Raven, Ben Tayson, Twilight Sparkle, BB and CC, Poof, Dill, Princess Clara, Toot, among many others. I can't believe she's gonna be half a century old, and she has not aged a bit. In both her looks and her talent, of course. Now forgive my bias, but I'll admit, I'm slightly more excited to celebrate Grey DeLisle's 50th birthday in August, but there's no way I can't resist mentioning about Tara turning 50 tomorrow. I don't know if I'll do anything like, say, like a drawing, since I have to focus on, like, finishing this Valentine's Day art and do some art things on my agenda, but yeah, for sure, I must wish Tara Strong a happy birthday weekend. Oh yeah, and the baby from Ice Age. Yes, he did voice that baby who a lot of people were hating on for some reason a few years ago. Basically because, I don't know, he's like the old remade human character in the Ice Age franchise. Yes, Norbert's saying that when he thinks of Canadian voice actors or actresses, he thinks of voice actors who voiced in Canadian cartoons, like Robert Tickwer, Julie Lemieux, and etc. Tara Strong mostly voiced it on American cartoons. Yeah, that's true. Tara does fall under that category of voice actors who are Canadian, have voiced in a good number of Canadian cartoons, but they also done a huge amount of American cartoons as well. Though people like her, Cree Summer, and Jennifer Hale and Marie Swimmars, they're just as known for being in American cartoons as they are in Canadian ones. And yeah, when it comes to Canadian voice actors and actresses, yeah, it was only more recent years I really have in mind that, typically the reason why like certain studios like Nelvana or Studio B Productions have a certain set of voice actors that will be used, like it's basically has to do with, depends on the region of Canada. Like you have your Montreal based voice actors, so the voice actors you hear on Arthur, for example. And then we have the Vancouver based voice actors, like who you'd hear on Ed and Eddie. And then we have the Toronto based voice actors, the people who you hear on stuff like Total Drama and 16, and basically like anything from like Nelvana or First TV or 9 Story Entertainment. But sometimes those three categories can mix up. Like for example with Arthur, when Studio B, which is in no, not Studio B, sorry, 9 Story Entertainment. When 9 Story Entertainment, which is in Toronto, took over like for season 16, they did bring in some mostly Toronto voice actors and actresses, mixing with the Montreal voice artists. Like Julie Lemieux was the voice of Bud in those later seasons. And I believe I mentioned this. I believe I mentioned this before my Canada Day live stream, but Julie Lemieux is just as much of a voice of my childhood as, say, Tara Strong or Grey DeLisle, with all the nostalgic cartoons he's in, from Max and Ruby to Inspired Sunny Past Friends to Henry's World. I could go on. Oh yeah, I completely forgot about Eric Bells. Thank you, FE90. And yes, Tara is the voice of Ami from Silent Showdown. And yeah, about that, going back to like talking about Canadian voice actors, the Silent Showdown had a sequel series called Silent Chronicles, which was only in more recent years, like say about 5 years ago, I realized it wasn't done by Warner Bros. Animation. It's actually done completely, like at least mostly in Canada. And because of that, because of CanCon laws, they can't have like all of the voice actors back, like only the ones who were originally Canadian, like Tara Strong and Jennifer Hale, who could come back for their roles. So with Kimiko, for example, who was voiced by Grey DeLisle, it was Jennifer Hale who was recasted, who was casted in the role. I haven't seen an episode of Silent Chronicles in its entirety yet, but I have heard that compared to the original, it's not that good. And, and Fred has mentioned that Phil Hayes is a favorite of his as far as voice actors go. I think he's a Canadian voice actor too, right? To be honest, I'm not too familiar with him. And yes, Tara did do some work on Beetlejuice and Super Mario World and Hello Kitty in Canada. Hello Kitty was actually her first voice acting role. And I believe she's also the voice of Tutu from Widow Bear. You know Emily's granny's pet dog, who I think she's a Chihuahua. Okay, so what I'm thinking about when it comes to doing this drawing here, so yeah, so I got the inking like almost done, like with Ronnie. But I'm thinking like with the timeline she's sitting on, it's gonna be a separate set of layers than Ronnie herself. Ronnie is relegated to her own folder with the cleanup, and soon afterwards I'm gonna color her. But with the timeline she's on, I'm gonna work on making it be in, outlineless. Kind of similar to what it looks like here in this reference photo. But the point I'm trying to get here is, I'll just focus on finishing Ronnie and see how much I get done with her before I move on, like, with working on the timeline she's seductively lying on. If not, then I don't know, probably just finish it up after the stream. It depends on how long you guys want to stick around for. Yes, Louise from Max and Ruby and ex-Princess Popular are among Julie Robieu's most memorable roles, as well as Sweet Bee Bat from Birds and Bounce from Miss Spider Psypath's Friends, and also Darwin, the bully from Henry's World, and another bat, Batty from Almost Naked Animals. Let's see. Let's see if there's anything else here. Some shows are recorded in both America and Canada, like the Magic School Bus. For example, have Willie Tomlin as Miss Frizzle, but all the other actors are from Canada, except Arnold's second actor. Yeah, and it's the same thing with Inspector Gadget as well. Frank Welker, who voiced Dr. Claw, Mad Cat, and Brain, and Don Adams, who voiced Inspector Gadget himself. They recorded their lines in America, but everybody else is recorded in Canada, including Cree Summer. Penny was, of course, Cree's very first voice acting role. And okay, on the topic of Canadian voice actors, one who I can't resist mentioning about, and one who I've been gaining more appreciation for since last year is Katie Crown, who you may remember best as the voice of Izzy from Total Drama, and Ivy from Amphibia, and Clarence's mom, Mary, and also she plays a Tulip from Storks. Yeah, she's another one of those Canadian voice actors / actresses who also has done a fair share of American cartoons as well. And I did mention before that Katie is my, basically my backup voice actress cross. Of course, Gray is still number one, but with Katie, you know, I mentioned this before, but I love me my nerdy women. Like, yeah, and I have been binge watching her YouTube videos, her older YouTube videos, like whether it's her doing her stand-up, because she's also a stand-up comedian, or, you know, just her doing her little homemade skits. She's known for having a goofy personality, and it translates well to characters like Izzy and also Tulip. Like, I saw Storks in the Cedars, and to be honest, it's a decent film, but not too memorable. But well, one of the most memorable things about it is Tulip, and me finding out that she's not voiced by a celebrity, but an actual voice actress, Katie Crown, and she was she actually auditioned for the role, or at the very least, she was only brought on to do a scratch voice for Tulip, which means that you know, she was just there to provide temporary dialogue for the animatics. But then they made the smart decision of actually having her cast in that lead role. And you know, depending on how you feel about Storks, you have to at least appreciate it for having like an actual voice actress be in the lead cast of a mainstream Hollywood animated movie, similar to like how we have Cree Summer as Princess Kida in Atlantis: The Lost Empire. Let's see. And yes, ironically, Inspector Gadget was produced by Nelvana until season 2. Yes, that's right. Nelvana co-produced the show with Deke Entertainment. They're responsible for like the writing, the storyboarding, the designs, and the recording. But afterwards, it will be, I think, mostly done domestically. It'll be done. The domestic studio in North America would be Deke, and will continue to be animated overseas in Japan, I think. And then there will be the CGI Inspector Gadget show until to many years later, which I think is predominantly a Canadian production this time around. But the one Canadian they did have for the original Inspector Gadget show, like in season 2, was Maurice LaMarche. This was one of his earliest voice acting roles, along with Egon from the real Ghostbusters. So yeah, basically everybody was American, but technically Maurice was like the one Canadian there voicing the chief, and he'll be the voice of Gadget himself sometimes when Don Adams wasn't available. He even portrayed him live action in the Super Mario Bros. Super Soul, if anybody remembers that. When he made a guest appearance there. Let's see. Holy crap! Yes, Princess Valentine. Yes, I know. Valentine's Day is your namesake, or at least your partial namesake. So, because I just wanted to tell you from now, so I have something in my hand here, and with it, I want to ask. With this cupcake, I want to ask if you, Sierra, aka Fairy Princess Valentine, will be my Valentine. Will you be my Valentine, Fairy Princess Valentine? Yeah, I hope you accept it. Oh wait, but I see that you have some sad news, that you're struggling to create art for Valentine's Day, so decide to move on to other creative projects. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that, Sierra. I may, if I were to give some help with an idea, probably think about one of your favorite Valentine's Day specials. It could be a standalone special or an episode of a regularly scheduled TV show, and maybe do a fan art off of that. Hope that idea helps, and I hope you do accept my invitation to be my Valentine. Let's see. And if I would like to be your Valentine in return, Sierra, sure, yes. So yes, what I've been doing, Sierra, is working on this drawing of one of my original characters, Ronnie Rocket over here, and I've been talking. Also, I haven't been talking much about Valentine's Day actually. Like ever since I brought up about Tara Strong turning 50 years old tomorrow, we've just been mostly talking about Canadian voice actors and actresses and how some of them would be as prominent in American cartoons too. But yeah, let's see if we could try our best and fully switch gears to talking about Valentine's Day. You know, talk about what do you plan on doing to celebrate, what are your favorite specials, and so forth. Good stuff like that. Oh, Fairy Princess Valentine is saying that she can't really think of any cartoons that really have Valentine's Day themed episode. Oh, well, there are some notable examples. Well, there's SpongeBob's Halloween Valentine's Day special from the first season. This is an unpopular opinion, but I kind of enjoy the second segment, the paper, a bit more than Valentine's Day. But Valentine's Day was still a solid special. You know, it's in which SpongeBob and Sandy are preparing a surprise for Patrick. But Patrick thinks that SpongeBob has neglected of Valentine's Day, so you know he starts this rampage at the park, or I think the amusement park, and that's when he utters his famous line, like when he encounters this big heart as a decoration. Heart on stick must die. And of course, there's the scene where he sees the mascot, the heart-shaped mascot, and he's like, "I defy you, heart man." But I know has been I know that line has been brought up like ever since certain controversies regarding a certain Nicktoon creator have stirred up like almost 5 years ago. And speaking of which, it's kind of weird about how the Fairly Odd Parents, Fairly Odder, that Paramount Plus show, which is these live-action kids who have Cosmo and Wanda as their Fairly Odd Parents, like it was suddenly a purge on from being on Paramount Plus. I don't know if it's purged off the Canadian version or if it's just the American one, but yeah, it's kind of interesting news. Just hope it doesn't mean that Paramount Plus will be doing like a big old purging spree like how HBO Max has been doing it. Okay. Yes, Tara Strong is going strong. Yes, I do consider her one of the many voice acting goddesses too, alongside Gray and Cree, and Tress McNeil, also Cap Susie, and just so many, to just list off. I'm gonna have this make sure that the stripes on Ronnie's socks are like have these black outlines. Just need to double check like whether it has black outlines or if they're just outlined less. Let's see. Oh, so the fairy order was written off for taxes. Oh wow, well already? Yeah, I know a lot of people say it's terrible so deserves it, but it's never fun to see a soul suffer from a tax write-off. Yeah, like, I never saw a full episode of Fairy Order myself, but just like sneak peeks at best. But yeah, it's definitely not my cup of tea, and in fact, I mentioned it on Twitter like when it was first announced that I compared it to this white TV sitcom called The Stanley Dynamic, which is a live-action family who have a cartoon son. And it's not a situation in which, you know, that cartoon boy was drawn and then he comes out of the paper. No, that live-action monster gave birth to that cartoon son. Yeah, like the blending of flash animation and live action in Fairy Order reminded me of that show, The Stairway Dynamic. But yeah, like, no matter how bad the show may be, it's not necessarily a good thing like when it's written off for taxes. But you know, that's not really like too much that we can do. Oh, you said you thought that it was read off for taxes. Okay, sorry, Norbert. Oh, Starway, I noticed that you're here. Yeah, maybe a Starfeast at the dentist. Let's see. Let's see what else I have here. Yeah, Ethan saying that this is a nice drawing. Thank you. Of course, just wait until it's done. See, I'm almost done with cleaning up. But speaking of the fairy parents, yes, there's also It's Valentine's Day episode, Love Struck, which most people would say, in fact, they probably had this opinion when it was like relatively recent, when back in the 2000s, but it's not necessarily among the strongest run episodes, particularly with Timmy's wish about all of the boys and the girls like being segregated, like in their own worlds, and the gender stereotypes about boys being messy and girls being queen. And you know what? When it comes to that type of storyline, so in 2015, like when I was becoming a fan of Duckman, right? I watched an episode that was pretty much similar to that Fairy Odd Parents episode that will come out later, in which all the men and the women would be separated in for some sort of gender war. Would I say that Duckman episode is better than that Fairy Odd Parents episode? I guess I don't know. Maybe I'll have to watch them back and forth. back to back to compare them. Yeah. Dorper say that most animated live-action Hyper Souls aren't very well received. Out of Jimmy's Head and Fairy Order are both paired, but he doesn't know how the standard dynamic was received. I highly doubt that it was. I highly doubt that it was. It was correctly acclaimed either. And speaking of, he's saying, speaking of the Fairy All Parents episode, what happened to all the non-binary people when Timmy made his wish? Where did they go? Probably, I guess the ones who identify as with male pronouns and plural pronouns will be with the men, and the ones who identify with female pronouns and also plural pronouns will be with the women. I'm not too sure. Let's see. Okay, so yes, another Moby fan is mentioned in some more voice actor comments. Although the Futurama cast did voice work on other cartoons, let's see. Nicole St. John, who played minor characters like Sally, the orphan with the third ear, never did a cartoon afterwards. And it's the same case with Faith Abrams, who voiced Frances from the Fairy All Parents. That's interesting. And yeah, also with Alison Moore, the voice of Dee Dee in Dexter's Lab in the first season and the third season. And you know what? I kind of want to count Aspen Miller Vincent into that category. Well, technically, she has done other voices aside from Dodie Bishop from As Told by Ginger, but you know, like she voiced Amanda Payne in Constant Pain, but that pilot was unsold, and she voiced one character in Rugrats in the episode of Hurricane Alice, but otherwise, like, she really hasn't done much prominent voice acting aside from Dodie. So, but you know, because she has always done a couple of more minor roles, she doesn't fully fall into that category of voice actors who done one role and nothing else. Okay, once again, I'm almost done with cleaning up Ronnie, and I must mention to any of you who has enjoyed the stream so far, make sure you hit the like button, and make sure you subscribe. Like, I'm so close to 5,000 subscribers. I'm trying to think of what I should do for it to celebrate. In terms of a live stream, at least, if I should do a Q&A, do some sort of celebration, discuss it, bring some guests on, or maybe do an idea that I had for a long time, which I look back at how far I came by looking at some of my very first videos and cringe at them, and have you cringe at them too. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure that out, which type of live stream I have to do to celebrate 5,000 subscribers. let's see. Oh, let's see here. Oh yeah, Aspen Miller, Aspen Vincent still does voiceover work, but mostly for commercials, promos, and audiobooks. She does revoice cartoon characters, Avar. Oh yeah, thanks for the clarification. Let's see. Let's see. Ronnie's beautiful. Yes, thank you, Fran. Of course, Ronnie's not the only girl in my group of animated nerds. There's also Christina Stylus, or Chris Stylus for short, and that's Chris with a K. And you know, she's the woman with the blue hair and the plaid shirt. Which, by the way, okay. So let me talk about how I created Chris. Okay, so with her, so I did my first sketch of her in January, roughly around the same time when I first created Sage and his cousin Marv. And then eventually, eventually when I was doing my first color design of Chris and of the other like animated nerds, you know, like when I put up that model sheet of my early designs of them, with the title Nerdiness Guaranteed, if you guys remember that piece of art. Yeah, so when I was working on that character design, that bit of character design, like to put up, I was looking at Chris and thinking, you know what, she kind of looks like Katie Crowd. So yeah, eventually, like by August, I tweaked up Chris's design and gave her a plaid shirt, which is a tribute to what Katie would wear, like when she's doing her stand-up. And yeah, I imagine her being like kind of goofy, just like Katie Crowd. And her role is that, and Chris's role is that she is a freelance animator who works remotely. Norbert's acted how I came up with the character and design of Ronnie. I already talked about it earlier, like before you came, Norbert. Basically, I saw an artist named Black Geeky Girl. She did a black version of Major Dr. Gasly last year, and I really liked that design, so I took inspiration from that and created this design here, like part of my group of animation nerd OCs. And I thought that with her character, you know, she loves obscure stuff, like talking about obscure cartoons and experimental cartoons, and has a desire of doing an animation festival, of showcasing such obscure stuff, particularly cartoons like that are early examples of the work of famous animators. Let's see. Outbot 3000 is active. If I could, if they should have put Roddy in their show Girls vs. Aliens someday. For now, I'll say probably not. Like my characters here, I don't know, they're still relatively young in terms of you know, like being developed. So I'll say probably a hold off of using my characters at the moment. I don't know. Not too bad of an idea, but I don't know. Sorry there. And Norbert's accent, if I gave all my animes and their OCs the distinct personality or a slightly different interests within animation. Yes, so with Sage, the main guy, he's basically, I tend for him to be basically like a cartoon version of myself in terms of personality. So he loves obscure cartoons too, and he also loves like obscure trivia. He's passionate about of animation trivia, and he loves like comedic cartoons, like with from Looney Tunes to SpongeBob and Ren Stimpy, like stuff like that. Like those are his influences. And then there's his cousin Marv, the fat guy who you see with the laptop. Like his shtick, I intend for him is that he's an aspiring animation historian, similar to Jerry Beck or Zach Komorowski. He absolutely loves to browse the internet for like say he too loves to dig up obscure trivia about anime productions, and also likes to archive whatever interesting pieces of production material that he will come across, whether it be on the Internet Archive or maybe even eBay listed. Make sure that he archives them as soon as he can. And then with Chris, the blue-haired one, like I mentioned, she's a freelancer, and her personality is that she's like among the sweet. She's probably the sweetest of the group, alongside Ronnie. And with her interests, she loves the mid-century style stuff. Like the Powerpuff Girls. I assume I will say that might be her favorite cartoon. And with Vanzo, the other fat guy who I tend to be South Korean. With Vanzo, he is a bookworm and also falls under the category of people who like to put up compile together animation reels, kind of like you're doing, Fran. And people like Fran, and also this Twitter user, a YouTuber called Tiny Crow, and also what's their name? IBCF. People who like to do reels of different animators, like from the classic era. For example, a compilation of all the scenes that Rob Scribner animated for a Warner Bros. Cartoon directed by either Bob Clampett or Bob McKimson. And then we have Milton, the tiger. The reason why he's a tiger is basically because I was inspired by Youngblood Fantasy 91, a YouTuber who used to do commentaries and also does the local corner. And with Milton, I don't know, like with his personality, I thought he might be the type of guy who'd be into Golden Age cartoons to the same extent as people like Jerry Beck and Zach Komorowski. They want to get he wants to get like the most authentic print of an animated classic cartoon as he can, like with the right color correction and all of that. And if it's Looney Tunes cartoon, for sure, he wishes for it to be like with the without the blue ribbon attached to it, not a blue ribbon reissue of that World War short. Let's see. Oh yes, now you're welcome for the mention of Fran. And by the way, I did name Vanzo after Greg Vanzo, the animator from The Simpsons who founded Rough Draft Studios. Basically because with Vanzo, my character, like being Korean, I have to pay tribute to one of my favorite, my favorite South Korean animation studios, because they've done so much to make the American cartoons since the 90s look so good. And then there's last week the other member of my animation nerd group is Egg. That's his nickname. His real name is Ezekiel. With him, the reason why he has an eggplant is, I don't know, it's not only because it's some sort of like a dirty joke, because what eggplant is often used to refer to, like he sort of sees himself as sort of a ladies' man, but the fact that he has a vegetable as a hat is also taking some inspiration from the music video from Answer Your Parents called Tomato Hat, with this boy on a wheelchair, I forgot his name, singing about his red tomato hat. And with Egg, he's like the youngest of the group, like probably around 19 or 20 years old. So he's pretty goofy. He falls under. He's like the most millennial that you could get, with his style, his sense of humor, and his attitude. So yeah, I hope you guys appreciate like the summaries that I gave, like when it comes to the how I've been developing my nerd OCs, and for sure I'm gonna be doing more stuff with them beyond just like artwork like this. Not giving away too much though on my plans. If I will be coloring Ronnie, yeah, I should definitely get to that. Yeah, I'm starting to think that, yeah, with this stream, I'm actually just gonna focus on drawing Ronnie, coloring her, and then say, work on, say, like the background, the remaining elements, like probably a different time. Or either that, just work on it on the background. In the background, by that I mean like after I do the stream. So yes, starting off with coloring her hair. About your avatar, Sierra. Yeah, it looks nice. To be honest, I didn't realize it was a screenshot of yourself. I'll probably just save what I'm working on. Okay, now I'm gonna get her hair. So overall, with this group of characters that I've been toying around with, I'm as enthusiastic with them as I am with the Grover guys. Once again, I am looking forward to further developing them and put out more stuff with them. And if you already seen them, let me know who's your favorite out of the group of animated nerd OCs. I remember when I did that, when I posted my first public drawing of them. I got some comments saying that Marv is their favorite, basically because they're going off of the image of him working on his laptop while eating a pizza. Yep, he is a multitasker indeed. Let's see. Oh, okay. Sorry. I mistook what you said there, Sierra. It's a screenshot of Jin Kazama from Tekken. Cool. Not too familiar with that series though. And yeah, I have heard MobiFan 12 that the Cartoon Network Studios building is gonna be shut down because since October, it was announced that Cartoon Network Studios and Warner Bros. Animation are gonna be working under the same roof, which is basically the same as like during the final years of Hanna-Barbera as a functioning studio. They share domain with Warner Bros. Animation back in the late 90s. Yeah, man, it is well, it is good that Cartoon Network Studios itself in general is not shutting down. It's so sad that the building...
Artist bought a cup of hot chocolate for you, DJ.
Whoa! Awesome! Thank you, artist. Thank you so much for that coffee there. Happy Valentine's Day. And yeah, I hope you guys liked that gift that I added. So with that, yes, oh, speaking of coffee, yeah, I must mention that on a Monday, it'll be the last day for my commission special, which means that, you know, if you order a pin-up of a sexy pin-up of one of your cartoon crushes or your OC, you know, you get a bonus Valentine card of that finished commission. The details on that deal are in the description in the stream if you're interested. It's gonna be expiring on a Monday, so if you're really interested, if you can, of course, make sure you do take advantage of that special offer. And another thing I want to briefly plug is this here, my Zing shirt, my Hotel Transylvania fan art long sleeve shirt, which you could find on TeePublic, and I believe it's on Smiley Comforts as well. And if you're interested in purchasing it, I'll make sure that I'll update the description of the stream and add the link to the long sleeve shirt. I love how Norbert's mentioned. I love how all of those animation nerd OCs, there's a tiger, but the rest are all humans. Yep, I know. Like, you know, it runs with the same logic as the Rover guys. You know, you have humans and anthropomorphic animals, and nobody like really cares. And it's not necessarily a Calvin and Hobbes situation in which only one of the characters could see this tiger as a sentient tiger. Everybody sees him as this anthropomorphic Yogi Bear reject, but nobody like really makes too big of a deal about it. And yeah, he's inspired by that YouTuber YoungBloodFans91, who I had on my show a few years ago talking about logos. And he is known for using Hobbes from Calvin and Hobbes as his avatar. Okay, yeah, so just gonna cover Ronnie's skin now. Oh, mistake here. I need to go back to the cleanup layer because there's a gap on her bottom lip that I need to close. And if there are any other gaps here, let's see. Well, let's just double check on her shoes here, see if they're okay. Yeah, I think I'm just going to focus on cover Ronnie, and I'll save the rest of working on this drawing for either I just do it offline, or if you're interested, I could continue on and do the rest of the drawing on stream if you're interested. Let me know which option do you think is the best, or if it doesn't matter. Let's see. Oh yeah, it's true. Like the right end on my shirt does look like it says "to ing" instead of "zig." Yeah, I was trying to do like a swirl with the Z there. Okay, so I can continue doing the drawing on the stream. But to be honest, like more clarification on that. If I could like finish the do work on the timeline sees on this stream, or if I should finish it up for either a separate stream or just do it offline, and just post the final product after I'm done with this stream. Okay, are we good now with Ronnie's skin here? Oh wait, I forgot to select this bottom right part of her cheek, or the bottom part of her cheek here. Okay, so Moby Fan 12 is want me to finish it on the stream. Okay, so from what I assume is that I can also work on the color and ink the timeline that she's on. But again, if I'm not able to actually finish it, I'll either save for another stream or just finish it offline before I post it. But I'm glad to hear that you're enjoying the stream so far. How about I take a break and show you this cute owl Valentine chocolate. I'm just trying to decide if I should eat the cupcake or the owl. Which one? Cupcake or owl? Cupcake or owl? Okay, I'll let you guys decide while I continue coloring Ronnie. welcome on Nasty. Yes, happy early Valentine's Day. Let's see. Okay, so it's the cupcake it is. Okay, take care of 3,000. And yes, I know Trevor Wall, the director of Norm of the North, is he worked on Duck Dodgers, Clifford the Big Red Dog, Grim and Evil, Jakers, My Wife Has Teenage Robot, and Puppy Dog Pals. Yeah, I know, like, of course, me being the huge evil con carne nut that I am, I'm like, holy crap, the guy who storyboarded Everybody Loves Uncle Bob and Ghost Spork, the same guy who did Norm of the North. Okay, to be honest, oh man, I might have seen just a bit of Norm of the North, but then Dead Bosser, I think I was trying to be in that mood to poke fun at it for how bad it looked, but I don't know, just Dead Bosser. And I also, speaking of Norm of the North, I don't know if any of you have seen this video. I forgot who did it. It might have been Izzy with a whole bunch of Z's in her name. Talk about the official Norm of the North Twitter account, which more or less might have been run by a troll, or at least someone who is completely aware of how panned the Norm of the North movies are, so they just play along by just being ironic with the way they tweet. Fred is saying, I'm Norm. Oh, let's see. Fairy Princess Valentine saying that she really wishes they could put her own fan art t-shirt, but doesn't know how to print the images onto shirt or sticker. Oh, well, what you could do, Fairy Princess Valentine, it's easy. Do what I do, like on TeePublic. You could just upload the design and yeah, just upload your design. Make sure, preferably if it's a transparent background or if you intend to have a background on it. Yeah, you could just start your account for TeePublic for free. I'm not sponsored by the way, but yeah, just do it on TeePublic. It's pretty easy. Just upload your design as long as it's a high resolution design, and you'll put it on whatever you want. T-shirts, different apparel, and stickers. So yeah, it's not too complicated to like start up your line of merch with your fan art for Princess Valentine. Though just also be cautious with fan art. Maybe it's best be cautious of how you tag it. Maybe you could get away with tagging like the show or movie the fan art is of, but other times it could lead the design being taken down by TeePublic. So maybe be cautious with how you tag it. Like for example, if you were to do fan art of Samurai Jack, maybe don't have Samurai Jack like as one of the tags, but probably just have, I don't know, just have cartoon be like the main tag, and maybe have warrior as one of the other tags, you know, something like that. So yeah, I hope that helps Sierra. Okay, so with Ronnie's eyes, her pupils to be exact, her orange pupils, they're not supposed to have any outline, so just going to do this. I'm gonna walk the pixels, and and just color it orange like this. Hey, welcome, Quentin's Creature Corner. Thanks for a comment about the art. Let's see. Someone who did only one cartoon and nothing else happened to be. I'm trying to read your comment here. Oh, okay. So, I'll come back to you, Moby fan. Yeah, so Sierra's saying that she's not going to sell any async containing her fan art. But just might try sell products with her own characters. Oh, okay, so that's even better. So like I said, you could easily use TeePublic to get started by upload your designs and put them on Aprio, stickers, and other stuff like that at no extra cost. And let me know how that works out for you. Yes, with Ronnie's pupils, Norbert, the reason why they're orange, I don't know, I guess I also took some inspiration from my own black interpretation of Major Dr. Gasway that I drew in for Blacktober in 2020, in which I gave her orange pupils. So I think that's the simplest answer that I could give. Go back to like locking the whole cleanup layer. So yes, Moby fan, yeah, you did mention about Gord Zajak, who wrote a lot of Billy Mandy and Evil Concardi episodes during the Grim Evil era. And you say that he hasn't done anything else since he left. I don't know, Maxwell Adams, he said on Tumblr that Gord, he's moved on to hang on. Holy crap, I'm so sorry about that interruption, guys. But going back to what you're saying on Moby Fan 12, yeah, Maxwell Adams did say that Gord Sajak, he said that Gord moved on to writing for some Teletoon shows, but I'm not sure which ones though. Oh, okay. There's one pixel where her eyes are. That's uncolored. Yep, I'm gonna be fixing that in just a moment, Robert. Oops. Yes, Moby fan, you mentioned about Moosey Fawcett. Yes, he is a director on The Proud Family and the original one, and a storyboard artist on the spin-off or the reboot. And yeah, I did see his name on Billy and Mandy and Evil Concordia as well. He worked on Dexter's Laboratory as well. But going back to Bruce W. Smith, I think he also worked on Baby's Kids as well. So yeah, he has a pretty awesome filmography. I still need to fix the gap of where Ronnie's shorts are. Oh, he worked on Mad Jack the Pirate. That's cool. Yeah, no, that's one of the, I think it's the last animated series that Bill Cock created after he did Still Comes and Meat and Eat the Cat. But he might have been working on some other projects afterwards, of his own. But yeah, I know he directed one of the Tom and Jerry direct-to-video movies, I think. And welcome our Smiley Comforts. Let's see. And yes, I do know that Driven Evil aired on the Detour on Teletoon instead of daytime Teletoon, alongside Type Squad, the Rippin' Friends, the Tick, Cyber 6, and the original Ren and Stimpy. Yep, I know that. And that was back when the Detour on Teletoon, it basically started off as, okay, so with Teletoon there were two blocks. There was a Detour on Teletoon, which aired stuff that are also aimed more at like teenagers at the very least, along with those cartoons that are technically for kids. They're actual adult cartoons like Family Guy and Futurama. And then we have Teletoon Unleashed, in which we have the stuff that's really for adults, stuff like Mission Hill, The Oblongs, and Clone High, and Undergrads. But then by 2004, like they just merged those two blocks and make it just the Detour. And in addition to airing actual adult cartoons, like the ones I mentioned, they continue to air Grim and Evil until at least 2005. It's funny that they aired Billy and Mandy like as a standalone show, like by itself, like I believe on the regular television schedule, but Grim and Evil would just air like on the Detour. I assume that might have something to do with maybe Evil Concarne on Grim and Evil, you know, basically it being a bit more screwed up of a premise than Billy and Mandy, but probably not. Like, and as far as I know, it never aired as a standalone show here in Canada. But if it were, apparently, like the Canadian rating for Evil Concarne, the digital video release of it have it rated a C8, which is the Canadian equivalent of TVY7, while Billy and Mandy is still rated a PG here in Canada, which I honestly found to be odd. And yes, Dorper, it is possible to use to color gradients in Krita. Like there is a tool here, and like say for example, if I were to select the bottom of Ronnie's shoe, I hope we get a good view of this, and it just add another layer, and make sure I have like the two shades selected, and there you go. You could color gradients in Krita. Of course, the bottom of her shoes, it's gonna be colored with gradients. It's gonna be like solid colors. Okay, Starway, take care. Yes, I know, Dorper. It is weird that here in Canada, Grim and Evil is considered to be an adult cartoon, and yet the stuff they get away with on the primarily on their own original program that airs during the day. And yes, who can forget when Pelswick aired on Adult Swim Canada for about a year and a half. Fairy Princess Valentine has mentioned that there are a couple of old sketchbooks that she thought were lost, but they're actually in good shape. That's nice. It's okay about the rambling though. Oh, I don't think I noticed that clip from Birds you're talking about, Norbert, with Sweepy apparently saying "damned." I'm pretty sure I might have seen all 13 episodes of Birds, although exactly how closely I watched them varies, but I honestly did not remember him saying "damned" in one of the episodes. I'll have to look at that clip. Let's see here. And just cover this little gap with Ronnie over here. Oh wait, do I have anything selected here? Okay, I just save my changes. I'm gonna see if I can cover this in. Okay, just leave it like that. Okay, so I'm done with covering Ronnie. Once again, I have to assume that I'm assuming that you guys will want me to work on like the timeline she's mine on right now, or if I should do it do it like either for another stream or just do it offline. Just in case, yeah, I will get started on that. Okay, just bring. Nope, wrong tool. Yep, just bring this reference layer closer. I'll just walk Ronnie's wares just in case I bug it while I'm working on this. Okay, so clean up. Okay, timeline. Oh yeah, I know. Like with Dexter's rude removal, there is allegedly an uncensored version of it, but it's not publicly released. That whatever uncensored version you see with Dexter and Dee Dee actually swearing, yeah, this sentence makes it. I was fooled by it at first. Yeah, I probably just silenced the entire layer, Ronnie. Yeah, so with this timeline layer here, let's just have it be like black outlines, at least like for the silhouette. Or the basic shape of it, I should say. And yeah, I could also have like these different labels. I also have these dark outlines too. Or maybe I could use a dark gray this time. Okay. Now for another straight line. let's fix the angle of that first. Okay. Now we work on this one. And so this being done, of course, when I'm drawing like the busy keyframes that are on the timeline, just make them like a little bit smaller. Yes, I know, movie fan. Rest in peace to Christina Chavanoff. And no, I don't think her cause of death was revealed yet. It might have been, but I'm not sure. But yeah, even though she retired from voice acting like years before she passed away, it's still sad that she did leave us. She certainly is the best voice of Dexter and Chucky. Although I do like Candy Milo and Nancy Cartwright's respective portrayals of those characters. Yeah, it's probably just do an entire straight line, like going down like this. As I'm building the shape of the timeline here, just also thinking about at which point would I begin to like draw, like say, have this part like, you know, the bar that indicates the layer, have it be without have it be drawn like without the these sort of outlines here. Or I could probably just leave it with these outlines. I don't know. Alright. Oh, an undisclosed illness was what made Christine Chavanoff passed away. And yes, I not only remember her as Chucky and Dexter, but also Babe from Babe, and also Obuino from Our Real Monsters, and also as Gosselin from Darkwing Duck, and Marty Sherman from The Critic. Yeah, Kath Soucie, Kristine's co-star on Dexter's and Rugrats, C is excellent as well, but I don't know, I feel like C isn't as common as he was back in the 80s, 90s, and 2000s when it comes to voice acting also. Okay. Okay, so I'm thinking of doing like a gradient, like what I was demonstrating for you earlier, a little bit earlier, Norbert, like current with current D's. Oh, but then I remember, okay, so in the example here, typically shape layers in After Effects are colored like this, but with Ronnie over here, of course you have her name implying here in the timeline implying that she is a composition herself. So because she is a composition, you know, typically composition layers in After Effects are this very white tan shade. So I'll instead have the timeline be that type of color, like so. And that's going to apply to like the Valentine methods, which I assume will basically be attached to like the heart that's behind it. Just thinking in the context of if this actually were an After Effects composition, and what would be relegated to its own composition, and what would it be? Okay, where's my gradient tool? Here we go. Let's see how that works. Let's see. It's not too bad. Yeah, that's true. Oh, yes, have a good Valentine's Day, Fairy Princess Valentine. And yeah, Moby fan, what you're saying about Calf Susie, yeah, it's true, she's nowhere to be found on social media. And it's the same with other voice acting veterans, like Trust McNeil, Corey Burton, and Julia Kafner. And it's pretty much it's the same with Frank Welker as well. I remember back in 2017, supposedly Frank Welker finally started a Twitter account, and everybody was so happy until Maurice Remorse was like, nope, that Twitter account is an impersonator, so report it. Okay. So now I'm going to be drawing the keyframes here. Let's just go back to the cleanup layer. Let's see. There we go. Okay, so those are my keyframes, but just gonna make them a little bit smaller. There we go. No voice actors if there are any Canadian voice actors on Twitter. And Canadian voice actors, I think by that you mean voice actors who are primarily Canadian. I know that Bruce Dinmar, the voice of Big Key on Arthur, he's on Twitter. And speaking of Arthur, I have been listening to the fan podcast for the show, Elwa City Women's, with these two guys from Halifax doing retrospectives on Arthur and doing other miscellaneous discussions on different series as well. Just this week, just recently, they entered the Flash animated seasons of Arthur that I've been talking about earlier. So okay, I'm gonna get as much as this as I can done. Once again, it's great that you guys are enjoying yourself with the stream. And once again, if just tuning in, to hit the like button and subscribe, so my 5,000 subscriber goal will be fulfilled ASAP. I'm gonna see if I can get this done, like by 9:30, because midway it is getting a little late. Okay, there's one part of the timeline I forgot to include, and that is the bull handles. See the bull handles here? It's basically like when you're reducing the duration of the work area of the composition. Like if you were to have it be reduced to 7 seconds, just drag like the right bull thing here to 7 seconds, and you could have the option to change the duration of the composition to fit that selection. So yeah, I'm just gonna add those bull handles. Okay, Fran, you take care of yourself. Happy Valentine's Day, and have a good nap as well. Yes, I have heard of that other podcast for Finding DW, in which several of DW's voice actors come together, and I believe it was there when it was revealed that the show was eventually ended production, or either that, or it might have been Bruce Didmore who broke the news around 2018 or so that Arthur would be ending after its 25th season. But I know that it was in an episode of the Find the DW podcast in which the news really broke that Arthur is going to be ending soon. Yeah, soon it's going to be 1 year since that finale aired. Sorry about that, folks. Just got a slice of pizza. Just realized that as I'm looking at my reference folder here, I realized I should probably just add a playhead here. You see this this blue thing with the blue straight line here. It's probably add that after I get the current done on this here. Yeah, that's right. Arthur did end production around 2018 or 2019, but it was held over for until just last year when they aired the final episode. Yep, that's definitely something that's happened. Like in the case of some anime series, like they technically ended production years after those final episodes were actually aired, at least in their domestic country. Like, you know how As Told by Ginger still hasn't aired all of its season 3 episodes on American TV, but they have aired on in Canada and elsewhere in the world, like years before the Splat decided to air a bunch of those high school episodes in 2016. But now the entire show is on Paramount Plus. Okay, so next thing I'm gonna do is to cover this. Yeah, overall, this is a simplified version of the timeline, but no, wait, I just realized there are some things that I haven't drawn yet, and those happen to be like say the arrows, like when you're going from one keyframe to another. Draw the other arrows down. Oh, welcome back from the dentist, Starfy. How's your appointment? So the 17th is when the Animaniacs reboot is gonna be shown. It's gonna be dropping its final season. Interested. Let's draw the other arrows too. There's the craft symbol. And it's, let me look at it here. Let's see. Hey, yes, I know that with Arthur, it was animated by ACOM for its 11 seasons until it basically became inactive, only working on the substance though. I think like for seasons 12 to 15, it was handled by a different overseas studio. I can't remember which one though. And yes, I know that Futurama is coming back for Hulu, and King of the Hill was confirmed to be coming back as well. A relatively casual fan of the show, the original show myself, but I mildly look forward to how they're going to do the revival. Though I'm most concerned with how they're going to what they're going to do about Luann and Lucky, since their respective voice actors, Brittany Murphy and Tom Petty, I think. They've long since passed away. So it's either they recast those characters or they write them out. We'll just have to wait and see. Okay, just have to kind of focus here, and so I can be done with at least done with design the timeline by the time it's 9:30. So if you'll excuse me, guys, just gonna be focusing the rest on this, and then I'll talk to you. In the meantime, I'll turn off the music. Okay, you know what, guys? I feel like it's about time that I wrap this up. Once again, I will be I'll be finishing this offline, like the backgrounds and the text and all of that, and it will be posted like either before Valentine's Day or on Valentine's Day. It depends, but so yeah, I'm gonna be wrapping this stream up, but. Immediately, I must thank you for the positive reception that you've been giving Ronnie over here, this drawing, and also your general interest in my animation nerd OCs, the nerdisms as I like to call them. So yes, stay tuned for the final results of this cute Valentine's Day piece. Okay. Yeah. I want to read your verbal comments about the different overseas studios of Moby Fan, but yeah, I have to get going. But thank you once again for great participation for another great art stream. Once again, if you enjoyed it, make sure you hit the like button, and in case you haven't, make sure you subscribe. And I hope that you have a great rest of your weekend. And Valentine's Day is gonna be on Tuesday, so if you really celebrate it, make sure you enjoy it. And also tomorrow is Super Bowl. To those who are interested, see if either the Eagles or the Chiefs win. But yeah, take care, everybody. Have a great rest of your weekend. Have a good night.